Joining us now from Maryland is educational analyst and consultant Kate Branson. And Kate, this is now creating problems not only for parents who find themselves not wanting to send their kids back to school because of the coronavirus, but also for parents who are concerned about their children staying at home and losing out that way. What are the perils of parents that actually are still having to keep their kids at home?
So right now there's two parts to it. One is a lot of parents don't even know what is going to happen in the fall. Schools haven't even announced yet. For example, in Maryland, where I live, some counties have announced they're going to be fully remote for the fall. Some haven't announced at all. We've seen proposal plans of a potential hybrid, but a lot of the feedback that's been given to that has said that some parents don't like it. And quite honestly, it's a half day, your student could be there half day in the morning, but home in the afternoon. Well, if parents aren't working remotely and they have to go to work, that's the childcare issue. And so a lot of parents are just really upset and frustrated because we might not even know until 2 weeks, 3 weeks before school starts. So that's one part. And then the other part is the instructional piece. Rightfully so, the spring did not go very well in most districts. And so there's a worry that if this is going to continue for the fall, that's potentially a full year of instruction that has been not as adequate as it should be for parents and their students.
So if I am wealthy, white, I have options on the table that I may not if I am poor and minority. Among them, pandemic pods. What is that?
So it's a new thing that is actually just really, there are programs in states. Actually, Arizona has them before. They're called micro schools. And they are basically little schools where it's not traditional homeschooling, but it's families join together, pay teachers basically to create these sort of micro schools. However, what has happened in the past couple weeks as this massive education push, and especially sort of the threats from the federal government and teachers, unions getting upset because they're not sure what's going to happen, parents are getting worried and they're trying to find a backup plan. And teachers are also either resigning or retiring early because they're not quite sure and it's safer for them. And they're creating these micro schools. So parents are creating Facebook groups, they're on Twitter. They are recruiting teachers to essentially teach to 4 or 5 families at one time. And it's becoming a new trend.
What is the cost involved? I mean, right now, public education, if you are at home, is free.
Yes.
But and that means sending Johnny or Janie back to school. But if I pay for one of these pandemic pods and it is a private teacher, how much am I going to have to shell out?
I've seen some where parents are paying, if it's like a family of 4 or 5 families in a group, the parents are paying about $500 a month. If you have less families, tutors can charge, just a tutor as a teacher, I charged $100 an hour in the DC area. And that was just tutoring one child. So, the other part of it though is that teachers, if they do this, they could potentially get more pay, but they might have other costs. They might have, they might pay for the curriculum themselves. They might have to pay for health insurance if they're not going to get health insurance anymore. So it could be a range, and it's showing up now on school choice websites. So it would not surprise me if one big thing that comes out of this is the whole school choice movement. The idea behind it is going to rapidly change very fast.
So in this case, it allows the teacher to pick the student, and the teacher gets to say, I like the household, it's clean, it's disinfected, my risk of COVID is small, but I also get to charge them. And you're talking about $500. I've seen $1,300 a month. Is that per family?
Yes, per family.
So if I have 4 students in a pod, that's not a bad practice for a teacher.
It's not. Not at all. I could understand if some teachers feel anxious or worried, or, we've already seen in the past 2 or 3 years, teachers are walking out already because they're not getting paid. A lot of people don't realize that when we're in the classroom as a teacher, every month I was sending home class lists saying, parents, can you please donate Kleenex? Can you donate Lysol wipes? So if we weren't having that supplied to us before, a lot of teachers rightfully are saying, am I going to have to go to Costco and spend an extra $500 on cleaning supplies? Am I all the cleaning part? Now, we cleaned all the time in our classroom. We would be cleaning more now, yes, but there's a risk. If you have children that are sick at home, I mean, my son has an autoimmune issue, so he can't go to school. If I was still in the classroom, that would be a really big worry for me. And I would have to possibly make a choice to leave the classroom because of my own child.
Kate, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to talk about why you teach and why this doesn't work, even though the economic factors may be good. So stay with us.